Hi guys, we are working on this generator. Finally got back working on it a little bit. I did two shorts, which I'll probably put on maybe before this to try to advertise this show. I needed these washers. Well, I needed bolts that were a little bit longer than the original bolts, and they didn't have them. TSC just didn't have them. They aren't what they used to be. But anyhow, those were 9/16 bolts, which is kind of a rare. Don't know why it is, because you can get 7/16 and 5/16, but they don't do 9/16. So I had to go up to 5/8, but that doesn't make any difference because that's the size hole that was in there. And believe it or not, somehow I drilled all those holes and they fit. But the problem was the washer that I needed a smaller washer, and I knew it didn't have the hole. So the shorts on boring these holes out, which went pretty good, and then I put a flat on there so it would go down. I needed room between here and there. If you can kind of see, that flat goes in there, and that goes on there, and then this goes on there, so that isn't too much of anything. I still got to match the or make the gas tank fixture in there. I think I'm going to take and put a 90 on this, or a 90 up here, or somewhere in here. This looks a little hodgepodge. This looks a little hodgepodge down here too, but I ain't going to mess with that. I wish it was a glass bowl filter like on the wood splitter motor, but it's not, and that's just the way it is. And this line here, I don't know if this shows the cracks that are in it or not. But that's, and there's a couple bolts. There's 4 bolts holding it in. Now, I already got this in. I had bolts in stock, and I painted them red. Actually, that's fingernail polish. I put that on a lot of bolts. Wife's old fingernail polish, and what that does is kind of keeps them from backing out. And when I got this, the bolts were down, and I added the pallet. I did a lot of stuff adding there. You guys watched all that. But then the bolts were a little bit too short. But what they had originally done was put the bolts down, which would be the proper way to do that. But with the bolts down, then when the forks came in, it boogered the threads up on the bolts so bad it was a bear. So I didn't do that. So I got to add oil to it, and I guess I'll bring you along for adding the oil. There's a dipstick, and I got to lengthen the dipstick. It's not touching any oil. Oh, I didn't even show you. Yeah, it is touching a dab of oil. You can't see this here. Let me take this back off. Maybe you can see it here. I took the pipe that went from here all the way out to there off, because why did I do that? I know why I did that, but I don't know how to explain why I did that. And I got to build a little stand here. I'll build a little, probably HTP, whatever, plastic out of that, stand for that. But I didn't want anything off the end of the pallet, so if you come in with a fork, it would hit something. So that was why I did that. I put this valve in here for a couple of reasons, because I just didn't know how much clearance I'd have stroking a 1/4 inch valve. And then I put a safety plug in there, so when I want to change the oil, I'll just pull that plug out of there and put a little extension to get it off the end, change the oil, and be fine with that. So I went down to Jeffrey's when we did maybe I haven't shown you the Jeffrey movie yet. Man, I'll tell you what, Jeffrey is working on something that is unbelievable. I kind of don't think I put that on yet. That might be on the video. Anyhow, well, I got a Jeffrey video coming up, because he's really working on something astronomical. Just on I got a funnel here someplace. This thing takes about a gallon of oil. I'll tell you what, oil, they didn't have the oil I wanted at TSC. They didn't have the screws I wanted at TSC. So I just got some regular oil. I like diesel oil. It always seems to have a better coating ability. Boy, that ain't gonna go in nice, is it? That's just gonna be you're gonna watch me probably do some cussing. Probably spilling some oil. I got a feeling this is not going to go quite as planned. Anyhow, I just got some TSC oil. And I'd hope I don't make too big of a mess here, which I kind of feel a mess is coming along. That exhaust is hitting that. Oh man, I ain't strong enough to hold that bucket up there. Have to use the knee, I guess. Just put it in till it comes out of the top. That one engine I got in the back, you guys have seen it. That yellow one that I bought for 10 bucks. The oil in that is filled up to the top. I know that's not enough oil, but I can't hold it anymore. Ain't got what I used to have, guys. You old geezers know what I'm talking about. You young ones will find out. I don't think it's going to be... No, it's not on the dipstick. Need a longer dipstick, and I am making a mess. Alright, we gotta put some more in it. Thunderstorms coming in here. It's pretty noisy. I don't know if you can hear they keep talking severe rain and all that stuff, which we'll probably get it. I've been working on a little bit of everything. Like I said, I had to go in town, TSC, get some bolts. So I did that. I pulled the front wheels off my car because the brakes are squeaking. So it needs new brakes. Nothing as good as it used to be. The first set of brakes lasted 65,000 miles. The second set of brakes lasted 65,000 miles. The brakes that are on it now lasted 6,000 miles. You know, that's just about there. We might add a little for good luck. Then I don't have to worry about making the dipstick longer as soon. That's right there. It's got to go to there, so it needs a couple more glugs. Sure hope I can do this without making too big of a mess. So far I've been pretty lucky. I think that's probably about there. A little bit of a mess down there. If you don't make a mess, you weren't doing something right. You know, if I was smart, I would just take some shellac and paint on there so the oil's always full. Yeah, that's full. That's where it's at. That's where it's going to stay. I want to see if this thing will run. It's been a long time since this thing ran. Set that oil can over there. Set the lid over there. I don't have the engine bolted down yet, but it ain't going to go anywhere. I got enough stuff in it. I don't have the, like I said, I got to make some kind of mount for the gas tank. It's got a couple holes in it. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do there. I don't know if this thing will start or not. Be nice if it would. What else would I got going on? Oh, we went down and dug a couple potatoes today. Potatoes are not looking good. I think I might have put weed killer on them instead of bug spray on them. That's a big mistake on my part. I should have 2 sprayers, one for lethal stuff and one for bug stuff. One for I spread one kind of spray that kills everything. Okay, anything it hits, it annihilates. Then I have another spray, 2,4-D, that just kills the broadleaf. And then I have different bug sprays that I use. And I kept putting BT on those potatoes, but I don't know. We'll tighten one of these screws up. I guess you're in there. I look and then I get up, and then I look and then I get up. Get in on there. It's there. Might be able to tighten it down. It doesn't have to be King Kong tight. And we're doing all right. I get. That wasn't too bad. I don't know if I might be able to get that other one. You guys can't quite see it. If you look down there under that exhaust line, that's where it's at. I don't know whether doesn't like that. But it'll probably Probably have to do something. When I put this on here, I set it on little stubby 4x4s so I could work underneath of it. Glad I did that, because I knew I was going to be doing this. It's tightening up. Without spinning on the inside, which makes it a lot nicer. Well, I only got one more. I'm gonna go for it. I don't know, you guys, whoo, old fat boy out of energy. If it doesn't spin on the downside, which it probably will, yeah, I'll do that one after I turn the camera off. Let's see if this thing will start. I kind of don't think it will, because the gas has been on hook for, I don't know, a video a long time ago. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna pump that gas up till maybe it fires. I think we ran back out of gas. I'm running out of battery. I think we'll shut it off. Yeah, it lost its prime or lost something. Which ain't no big deal if I got starting fluid here, but I probably don't have any starting fluid up here. I like to get it to run before this rainstorm comes in. I thought it was going to take off. I can't tell. This thing has to start under full load. So it doesn't like that. I know I'm not going to have any starting fluid over here. I got some brake clean, but that's probably non-flammable brake clean now. I got some. No, there ain't nothing in there. No. Well, I guess that's going to call it quits, because I'm going to have to give it a little shot of starting fluid, and I don't have any here. We can walk back in the Kubota. I got everything in the Kubota. I probably got some in there. I got that room in here just about cleared out. I only got the can't think what I'm thinking, wood lathe to take out. You know, a couple things in here. Those are those boards we cut the other day. You watched me cut. Usually I got everything in here. Let me see what I got today. I got gum cutter. I got that. I ain't got no starting fluid in here today, guys. I've got an array of other junk. Oh well, we are not going to see that run today, because I'm going to end the video. Daggone it. I didn't feel like taking that thing back out of its parking hole to go back and get some of that, but I'm going to have that generator running. I don't think I got any starting fluid inside. I'm almost positive I don't. Daggone it. Once again, I'm totally prepared, wasn't I? Anyway, looking under different places for maybe a can of that stuff hiding. These are those tables we made down at Jeff's. Big, heavy. This is 1 inch thick. I don't know if you saw that video or not. And I made a couple shelves in it, and I got these wheels that are supposed to be able to handle. Oh, look at that, guys. We might have ignition. I didn't think I had any here. Might be flooded. I've flooded it before too. You know, you pump too much gas into it. The last time it seemed like it was flooded. Yeah, I think it's flooded. It should have fired off by now. Well, that's kind of rude of it, isn't it? I think I flooded it pumping it too much. But like I said, this thing has to start under full load. I don't have a spark plug wrench out here. I know I ain't got that. Oh well, I'm gonna play with it, get it running. I don't think it's gonna take too awful much. Glad you came along. Oh, I'll show you the that bench the wife was working on. We kind of both sanded it, and then she's put polyurethane on it. She's got a couple coats on it now. That was a throwaway. I brought I think 6 or 7 of these home that were throwaways, and the wood was all rotted in them. I mean, it didn't look like this. So, I mean, it was just a pile of 2 ends, and that centerpiece is what I was bringing home at the places, and I figured I could redo them. I knew somebody with a sawmill. I'm working on that. That goes to that motor that I got to do the capacitor on. So I got some stuff going on here, but I'm going to pull the plugs and clean them off. I think they flooded out. So thanks for stopping along. This is what I'm up to. I'll put this on tonight. You got to look for going down to Jeffrey's. That's always a fun adventure. So that'll be coming up pretty soon, probably tomorrow night, because we're going to get rained out tonight. Anyhow, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the wish it would have started button. We'll see you. Or maybe you guys got to hit the start button. That's it. You guys weren't hitting the start button. So go down below in the comments and hit the start button. We'll see you. Bye-bye.